Do you want great wrestling content? Then visit the Tantalizing Tony Wrestling Show. He is endorsed by many different superstars from many different promotions. He travels across country to major events with promotions such as WWE, AEW, MLW, NYWC, Impact, and so much more. You'll never know if he's in your city unless you hit that subscribe, like, comment, share, and the post notifications so you never miss a video every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tantalizing Tony doesn't do it alone. He has the best producer in the house, Kira. Tantalizing Tony always has a great time with the fans, no matter what arena or event he goes to. Be a member of the Nation of Tantalization by subscribing. It's always a great time as we connect people through wrestling.
Thanks for checking out the channel, and as always, do I do best, and that's stay tantalizing. Cut the music, cut the music. What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy, the Tantalizing One. Yes, it's late or early, depending on where you are. I am physically exhausted. And why is it so loud? I did this show tonight. Coffee, thank you. I did this show tonight so that I could my alarm. Turn all alarms off.
I turned off all your alarms.
I thank you. My apologies. I did this show because there's some surprises at Cardiff, and as you can see, I put one on the sorry guys, on the thumbnail because that's the major one, and I figured that if I'm gonna do this show, let's at least get some views. So that's why I did that. Let's say hi to everybody first. Mick Thompson. Hey, Tony, it's me. I'm not going to make the stream tonight. Maybe he's sleeping. Bro, I'm going to be asleep. Intern Doug. I got messed up sleep schedule. Let's do this. Oh, Jessica, I have a long trip home. Oh, she's driving home. Hello, Jessica. Boom, baby. Chris, what's up? Oh, Mick is here. He asked Jessica how she's feeling. Dylan's in the house. What's up, Dylan? Purge Diamonds. Yo! Anthony Gray should be coming in. Yo, Tony, get me the producer of the SWA in the show. Who? Who's the producer of SWA? Need my coffee. All right, let's see if Graves gets in here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so Graves.
What's up, guys? Hopefully that's better. Hopefully I don't sound too bad.
Graves, are you outside?
Yeah, I'm down the shore, man. I'm down in Wildwood.
Down in Wildwood. What's up, Terry? And Boom Baby to you, my Boom Baby. What's up, Boom Baby? What's up?
Boom Baby.
Chief. Yeah, and we'll get into that 1 second. I'm trying to wait for Alex. Give me 1 second. I hope everybody has good sound. I've been getting a lot of complaints about background noise, everybody. So if you have background noise, and it's not directed at anybody directly, background noise is not helping out my analytics. So,
hey, I'm using AirPods for this. So
no, you're good.
Okay, sounds good. All right, cool.
No, you sound good. You sound good.
How you doing, son, man?
I'm exhausted.
A little bit.
Bro, oh, God. I just woke up. Like, I'm crazy.
Are you going to – oh, God. Sorry.
Am I going where? To what? All Out?
Well, I know you're going all out, but are you doing
No, I'm not going all out. I'm not going.
Oh, are you going to Anthony Blackwell's show that he's commentating?
I'm not. I got so
Okay.
much going on.
I'm still up in the air. I might go. I don't know.
I was thinking of the WrestleMania weekend, and then I was over here asking people who would favorite wrestler. Oh, well, Purge, thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing. Hey, Tony, where's my coffee? I don't know. Just getting that shower. I'll be on soon. Show's at 1:30, bro. That's why I said, listen, he ain't got his camera ready. If I had some crazy, listen, I'm telling you, I'm beat up everybody. Let's wait till he gets his camera ready. There's some surprises going on. If I could show you guys my if you don't go, you're dead to me.
Me or him?
He's talking to you.
He's talking to me.
He's talking to you.
I gotta check the location. I mean, if I was with like my friends, it'd be different. I'm with my family, so I'll have to see.
Your family's overrated. Dump them. They're overrated.
Overrated.
Exactly. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just looking at things. So, okay. Let's see. We got it. We got Anthony Graves.
Yes, we do.
We got Alex.
The GM.
Oh, and we got background noise. Oh, the baby's crying. Oh, poor baby.
It's just the baby.
Yeah, well, we can't take any background noises. I'm gonna mute you for now because I've been having complaints about background noise and people are turning off, not because of you, just in general. And now we got there's Anthony. Let's hear his sound.
Let's go.
Are sitting at a bar on the outside.
You guys are a bunch of bumps. So
What's up, dude?
we're gonna mute you for now. Alex, hold on. Alex, we'll mute you for now. Stand by. Okay, hopefully Richie comes. So look, first of all, welcome to the show, everybody. On a Saturday morning.
On camera, watch this. I fucked up.
Wow. On a Saturday morning at what time? 1:40, 1:39? Okay. He says, my favorite was Bray Wyatt. Well, let's get into that one right away. Let's get into that one, guys. There's supposed to be some big surprises tomorrow, Cardiff. And it looks like from all the reports we've been hearing that
who's reporting it?
a lot of people.
Well, if it's Zero News, I would not trust Zero News at this point.
It is Sportskeeda.
I wouldn't trust Sportskeeda either.
Yeah.
But,
Ringside News.
So I got two people that I know who've messaged me, and another guy who's on my Facebook page that he's also a Mania Club, and he heard music outside the stadium that sounded like Bray Wyatt's new theme, that they updated it, and he also said that he was talking to a woman that said she saw him going into a car. Now, that's all speculation, but this guy Mania Club goes to everything, and he's not like a rumor guy. And plus, with all the reports, I think we're gonna see it. If we're not, then I'm wrong. But
well,
let me.
I was just gonna say, like, it would be awesome if Bray Wyatt comes back, but in what way do you think then? Does Bray Wyatt show up as the Fiend? Who does he come after first? What way do you think they would actually work him into something?
If they're dumb, what they're probably going to do is they're going to bring him in and he'll interfere in the main title match. And then you have him interfering in the title match. Then you have Cross also sitting there. And then Austin Theory, who also still has a contract. And they're going to thrust Bray Wyatt into a championship role again. And then he'll get it and they'll go, oh, shit, he has to eventually lose. And we forgot he can't wrestle, and we're stuck where we were before.
I agree. Let's see what Alex has to say. Let me unmute him.
You guys are all wrong about Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is freaking fantastic. There's no reason to hate on Bray Wyatt.
Fantastic at what?
Fantastic at selling merch, about getting over with the crowd, about getting over with everyone. You guys are just wrong.
Okay. What business is he in? Is he in a selling merch business or is he in the wrestling business?
Well, both. You
But
got
eventually he has to do what?
Wrestle.
So if I'm a wide receiver and I can't catch for shit, but because I'm a really fun personality and I sell a lot of T-shirts, do I deserve to be a starting receiver on my team?
You're on the bench.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
I'll throw this out there. If Bray Wyatt does come back, right? I don't think he should be in the championship picture,
He
but
will be.
maybe well, only I understand he's a top guy, but maybe with the change in creative, we could see something different. What I was gonna say is that maybe we get a ref bump in this match. Cross tries to interfere, and we have Bray come in, and he stops Cross.
That's so busy.
And convoluted. And this
It
is the
is
thing.
it is convoluted, but Drew McIntyre doesn't have any friends, and if Drew McIntyre is going to win,
if
the
you're Drew
title-
McIntyre and everything you've done for the company and held him through the pandemic and just haven't had your opportunity in front of a real crowd as a champion, you can't do this to this guy where the only reason he wins is because there's fuckery. This guy has to go over, and he has to go over clean, and he has to go over like he's an actual viable champion. Because if he wins and it's because 14 people interfered because they don't know how to book, it's not smart.
I agree with that, but if that's the thing though, is Bray coming in the main picture here in the main event, or is he going to be thrusted in something else?
Listen, the only way you bring Bray, you have to bring him into the main event. You're not going to bring him in to start some little rinky-dink mid-card feud, because when he left, he was pretty much, high-profile match.
Terry said in the comments, he's a third generational star. Well, if that's the case, then we should just put the world title on fucking Curtis Axel.
Curtis
And
Bo
Ted
Dallas,
DiBiase, and
Bo
Ted
Dallas
DiBiase
should come
Jr.
back. Yeah, Bo Dallas should come back and just be world champion because he's a third generation or second generation.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
you see
lie.
how crazy that sounds?
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I still like Bray. I think he's got a cool. His matches. Granted, like his best matches are with people that can work. I will say that. But if he does come back here, I don't really want to see him come out at the end and attack Drew McIntyre and be in a championship picture. I think he should do something outside of the world title, at least for when this guy comes back, because like you said, we got too many guys that are vying for the belt right now, because eventually Cody's going to come back too. So I don't know. And this is all rumors and speculation right now, right? It's not official that he's coming back.
It's not
at this
official.
show.
There's just so many rumors and so many. Triple H made a comment today about Bray Wyatt, how creative he is, and he was talking to him in the present tense. It wasn't like, oh, he was. It was very present tense, as if he had just talked to him today. So that's another thing that tipped me off as well. Not to mention my friend who's on my Facebook page said he heard some kind of variation of the music coming out of the stadium. Alex, who's with you?
This is Jackson, the backbone of SWA.
Hello.
What's up?
Our newest producer.
Sorry to be just hopping onto your show, but
You're fired, bro.
I'm gonna sit here and let you guys talk about Bray Wyatt like that. Come on, man. Have you seen what he's been doing? This is the last piece of Triple H's Thanos' puzzle that he needs to really set himself up as being the future WWE booker.
And
You know?
this is coming from Book County. I mean, come on.
I'll be honest here. I almost want Bray and Strowman and everybody else that is like a free agent to sign, just so the speculation can end, because I kind of think now it's getting way overhyped. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. But that's just me.
Once Triple H gets Bray back, he does that snap, and he's it.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, let's just remember about the snap, okay? Thanos won, then originally won. Let's just remember that, everybody, okay? They were all dusted. Let's remember that. Come on.
Who's Thanos in this situation? We don't know. Depends. But
Triple H is the Hulk.
Triple H is the boss right now.
I want to say this. First of all, let me answer some questions in the chat. Bray isn't even coming back and say, "I'm sorry, guys." And Terry, you might be 100% right. I'm just saying this from what I've heard, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist kind of guy for wrestling, but there's just some things that have been tipped off to me. And if you saw Triple H's interview today on YouTube with what's his name, Ariel Hemp, yeah, he said a lot of things. He said, listen, Vince is gone. He's not in behind the scenes. He's not, has anything to do with it. He goes, there's some things that I do want to change. There's some things where, that Vince did that I agree with, and some I didn't. But now this is my show, and I want to right some wrongs. And this is verbatim because there's some things that I wanted to do that I couldn't do. And I feel like, now this is my time. So I think a lot of people that got released, he said he agreed with some of the releases, but he said some of the releases he didn't agree with, and he's trying to rectify that ship. So we'll see. Good.
I was just going to throw something else out here, too. Instead of Bray being thrusted into the main event scene again, what if he came back and he went after Riddle? Because Riddle is with Randy Orton. The last time we saw Bray Wyatt was when he got RKO'd by Randy Orton.
Nothing's off the table. I mean, nothing's on the table. And Anthony made a good comment. Anthony's on his way home, so he's going to jump on it. I don't know where Richie is. Richie's the new lead of you new Showtime, bro. Let's go. And by the way, hello, Ebony, and thank you for your service as always. Let me get to Paige's comment. Okay, so you think Roman wins? Bray comes out, attacks Roman. Theory comes on cash in. There's so many scenarios, but Anthony made a good point.
Right.
Anthony made a good point that if Bray's getting the title, you don't want all these different variables to taint his win, because the guy did carry them through the pandemic. He's a two-time champion, and fans have never seen him as champion in the ring. He never got his pop. So you don't want to have a cash in. You don't have interference. So I hear Anthony saying, hold on. Cookie Kid 05 says, remember the last time someone Bray Wyatt was in a match with Edge, fans be saying he remixed the song with Brood. When they turn it off a bit, Bray did. I got you. Okay, it's possible. Let's see Richie here. Richie, make sure you're set up. Guys, make sure you check your background noise, okay? Because we are going to chill out with all the shaking of cameras and upside down cameras and background noise, because this show is going global. We need some professionalism in here. Richie, you ready? Give me a thumbs up.
Another Bray Wyatt support.
There's no music or nothing. It's probably the air conditioner, and I don't mean
that's okay.
All right.
And your dog Bray, you can get some. Can we see your face? Is that possible?
Well, I'm right here, so I don't know. There's no light on the deck here. All right.
Oh,
right here.
Okay, I got you.
Hold on. Oh, there he is. So
there you go. Good morning, sir.
Best option for Bray. They're bringing back. You hear me? I'm good. All right. So the best option for Bray is to interfere or show up around Judgment Day and have him intertwined in that storyline. Everybody's thinking Bray has to be in the main event right away. No. Why can't we have Bray versus Edge? Why we can't have Bray lead Judgment Day, or just be a sort of like a middle band in that feud for some reason, just to bring him back in that aspect of the Eater of Worlds and all of this stuff, and have it in that aspect. So we'll see what. And there he is, my brother, Mr. Blackwell. How you doing, sir? Live from Cardiff. So
Drunk and high, baby.
So I think if they do bring him back, he shouldn't be in the main event picture. I'm not going to be a total idiot because, even though Roman never pinned him, and they could probably go with that storyline. They can go with Karrion Kross. They can go with whatever. But I think you bring him in and insert him with the Judgment Day feud and somehow, because everybody's worried about Dominic, and then you could completely swerve everybody and not even expect him to deal with that storyline and do something there. But don't throw him in the main event.
Now, Richie, you're referencing that when there was a triple threat that Bray never got pinned?
Yes, sir.
Who got pinned?
Braun.
Who's another one? So, listen, do me a favor, guys. I'm gonna tell you when to talk, other than Anthony, because Anthony has a Shure mic and I have a Shure mic, so we can't be cut off, but you guys can be. So when you guys talk over us, if you try to, you'll make it cut off. So you three, wait till I give you the heads up. So, thank you guys. So, Anthony Graves, what's your take
on Strowman coming back?
Yeah, well, because listen, these are connected. You got to realize they have a Wyatt family connection as well.
Strowman for me, I have a buddy of mine. He's a really big fan of Braun Strowman. I don't mind Braun Strowman at all. I think him coming back would be okay. I kind of gave up on Strowman after every time he lost to Brock. I think it'd be interesting to see. I'm sure they're probably going to go the route of Strowman and Omos at some point. I mean, I again, for me, he wouldn't be like if I had to choose between Bray and Braun, I would rather sign Bray than Strowman. Like I said, I'm not saying like I hate the guy. I just don't really have an interest in seeing him back. That's all.
Alex.
Yes, sir.
Your take
on Braun Strowman?
Yeah.
It's a godsend.
Why?
Because Braun Strowman is one of the best big men in the past, 10 years?
I'll let Anthony rebut this when you're done. I'll let Anthony Blackwell rebut this. Keep going.
We're just trolling at this point. He doesn't mean this.
I absolutely do mean this. Me and the backbone mean everything we say.
I don't know. I'm not for it. I don't know. Braun Strowman I don't know. He kind of just left on a sour note. I don't think we need Braun Strowman right now.
But he didn't leave. He got fired.
Yeah. What's the COVID protocols for going to the UK? Is everything?
I bet you $100 he doesn't show up because he's not vaccinated.
Yeah, so are they even allowed to show up?
Right.
Because kind of easy to get a fake card. Remember that too.
I guess so.
Go ahead, Blackwell. As you eat your pizza, is it good? I'm hungry.
Well, I know I'm late, but what did we say about Bray? What's everyone's take?
Listen, everybody thinks Bray's coming back. They just don't. They just think that they don't know in what capacity and what would be the better storyline for him.
How many spooky characters do we need right now?
Apparently all of them. I'm just so you guys know, I'm gonna let Blackwell go. I'm just gonna say this. I don't care if Bray, Braun, I don't care who shows up. If it's good for the product and they can make it work, fine. My only thing is that I agree with Blackwell. We don't want, if the case is that Drew's getting the title, for it to be tainted with all this outside interference. Now, if you're not giving him the title, I got no problem with you screwing him. Maybe he gets screwed. I'm just saying, Anthony. My point is that if he's gonna win the title, you don't need all this. But if he's not gonna win and this cost him the title, that's fine because that's storyline related. If you're gonna get all these people involved, fine. Down the road, he may get the title from somebody else. But Anthony, your point, what I want to hear your point is would be about Alex saying that Braun Strowman is a big man because I almost threw my hat in the trash.
Yeah, big men are only booked so long for so goods for so long. Eventually, they run their course. They get boring. Everyone goes sour on them, and then you move on. We've already had the Braun Strowman experience. He has given us everything that we're going to see him do. There's nothing different than we've seen him already. Here's my problem. We all complained about we complain about AEW and say they're over bloated, right? And then we say WWE. WWE's problem was Vince wasn't using guys that he had on his roster that could be used and be powerful and be viable. So you have people like Ricochet, you have like Austin Theory, you have all these new talent that you could be using and doing cool things with. And now that Tripp's in charge, we have an opportunity to see Gargano in the main picture. We have opportunity to see Tommaso Ciampa be taken seriously. We have opportunity to see Ricochet taken seriously. We have opportunity to see Cody Rhodes now. Killer Cross, someone who was done dirty and brought back to justify something. Now rumors of Jonah, another guy who is a champion who can do cool things. And we're excited about going backwards again and bringing guys in who we've already seen everything they have to offer.
Not even close.
Now,
what is Bray going to do that's any different than he did before?
I agree with that.
I agree too. Go ahead, Alex, and I'm gonna let Richie go. So Alex, you go, and then Richie's gonna go. Go, Alex.
All right, so I'm gonna give this shit a backbone. Who actually is trained by said Karrion Kross?
Right. He was a trainer. Very nice guy, I have to say.
He is very nice.
Very nice. I'm all for Cross. I'm sorry, but you talk.
Yeah, no. When you guys are saying what does he have that brings to the table? Merch sales.
Merch sales is not an argument to be a world champion.
Ticket sales.
Man, it's been for a while.
But I mean, you gotta think.
Cool. You know who sells merch? Liv Morgan. Do you love her as champion?
Would you rather have Charlotte or?
Yes, I would rather have Charlotte because Charlotte can perform in the ring. She can talk in a microphone, and she's light years better than fucking Liv Morgan right now.
Super problematic in the back.
And Bray Wyatt wasn't.
How about this? Lily sells merch. Never seen her wrestle one match.
So without using merch, tell me what Bray Wyatt's going to do differently than he did his last time in WWE.
Is this for everybody?
Yeah, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
Go backbone.
I'll go back. Okay, you want to put me? Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah.
I want to see it. Everybody's talking about Bray. You can bring back Gargano. You can bring back Killer Cross.
The question is,
but they're like,
what is he going to do differently that we already have not seen in WWE? If he
Answer
comes
the
back right
question.
now, what does he do differently that we haven't seen already?
We put him in the main event, and we can go from there. We can't see what he's going to do in the future. You know.
Let's
really have a good fair WWE Championship title reign? Not really, on the last of the month.
Let me just say this, and Richie's going to talk, and I'll go back to Blackwell, and then we'll jump to Graves. So you guys just be patient. You said always give him the title. I don't care how long your title reign was for a day. I think that Finn Balor, Universal Champion, one day had a better run than Bray and Strowman. Richie, go.
I mean, I ain't got nothing else to say about Bray. Strowman is not the best big man in the last 10 years. I gotta disagree with that. There's a couple of guys that are probably better than him in the last 10 years as big men. Of course, an up-and-comer like Wardlow, I'll take him over Strowman, and I think anybody would any day. So that's just my thing with that. The whole Bray thing, you know, I just say this, and this is all I say about this realistically, an opinion. You know, you guys know I love the character and everything like that, but I'm real talk here. If there's a way that Vince was probably telling him how to wrestle in the ring and don't do this and don't do that, and if he comes back and Triple H is like, wrestle how you really want to wrestle, and we see something different and dynamic and we never seen before from him, then that would be a shocker. And I think a lot of people will be maybe, okay, let's see what he can do in the ring now. Maybe the chains are taken off. But, you know, that's if he had the limitations, because, you know, it all goes back to creative and what they want him to do. So we don't know. That's all I'm going to say about that. And Strowman, like I said, again, was not the best big man in the last decade or since he was born, he wasn't the best big man. That's all I'm going to say.
Blackwell.
All right. So the argument is that we'll get Bray back and he may be a better wrestler because with Vince there, maybe he wasn't using his full potential. All right, I'll go with that. All right, so my next question is the Team Bray here. let's throw inhibition out the window. Bray's going to be your new champion, right? Now you have Gargano, Roman, I'll even put Braun in there. You got him, you got Killer Cross, you got Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, and I can keep going and going and going. You honestly think that Bray should be the world champion over everything that we have right now in this company? Bray should be your world champion. And if he is your world champion, who do you book him against and who does he beat? And how long does he hold it for? Is he a 2-year champ like Roman? Because I guarantee you he cannot keep the same momentum as Roman did for 2 years.
I mean, shit, we have a chef
I
as
don't-
our champion.
Let Graves go. Let Graves go. He's been muted. Go, Graves.
I gotta say, hopefully you guys can still see me.
Yes.
I gotta agree with Mr. Blackwell here. A lot of the time, you know, a lot of people want to fantasy book here, and I still like Bray Wyatt a lot. I just think the big issue is bringing back people that we've seen what Bray can do in the business, and we've seen what Strowman can do. I think it's time for Gargano and Cross and Ciampa. I think it's time to get their due. With Bray, again, if he brings back the Fiend here, I don't know. I don't really want to see the Fiend with the world titles again. Or just with a world title in general, because we're gonna have excuse me, we're gonna have the same issue we did a couple of years ago, where he had a Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins, and he wasn't booked right, and then he finally won the title, and then obviously he had the match with Goldberg. And like Strowman, to me, like I said before, I'm not really interested in it. With Triple H, I feel like the focus should be on new. We can still keep some of the old that we have established, like Roman and McIntyre, but man, like, at least for me, if Roman were to retain at Clash, I guess technically today now, I still want to see like Cody as champion. I'd rather see somebody new get the rub rather than somebody like Bray come back and him be the Universal Champion again, or Braun Strowman. So, but again, that's just my opinion.
But think of the T-shirts.
We could put Bray Wyatt and we could put the title on the T-shirt.
Bro, the T-shirts, though.
That's a good idea.
I mean, that's a key thing though, is merch.
I mean, bro, how many WWE AEW T-shirts do you buy, bro?
I agreed, but I buy people's T-shirts that I don't think should be world champions. I still support with merchandise, but just because you sell merchandise does not mean you should be a world champion.
Just
So if I come work for your company and I sell T-shirts, you'll give me your title?
I can't speak about that, but
why not? What if I'm your top merch seller?
It's a positive thing. It's not going to hurt you.
Let me ask this, Backbone and GM, who's your highest selling merch guy in SWA?
Well, it's more like they sell them themselves. I don't know really.
What do you think though? Is it Pancake?
Maybe Pancakes. I know Jay Flyer does a lot of stuff.
He's your world champion, right?
Yeah, Pancakes.
How many shirts has he sold? Do you have an idea?
I'm sure he's done a lot with the spatulas and the chef hats.
How many subscribers does he have on YouTube?
Oh, I don't know that.
And not more than me. I want the title.
Minimal.
Go.
Dude, paint your face and wear a mask. It's yours.
Think about that. I have more subscribers than him. More people watch me than watch Pancake every day. So I have more people that will watch your SWA show because of this show. They're like, wow, Tony's gonna go for the title.
Realistically, and this is not a shot at any wrestler, but I would say with the numbers you do in a week on YouTube will eclipse probably the number of eyes that most independent wrestlers are going to get on smaller circuits that would be seen all year round.
True
and you
story.
do that in a week.
And I do that in a week because I get my views a week. If you look at my views a week, it did 12,000. I get 12,000 views a week, everybody. And I'm Ricky Dink. So my point is this: is that you can't go based on merch or something else. Richie, go, buddy.
I was gonna say this. I don't want to see Bray in the title picture. That would ruin everything. Like Anthony said, I believe Drew has to go over clean in that and make him whoever beats Roman has to go over clean and not dominate him, but beat him clean. So you respect him as, okay, this guy we can believe is the champ. Bray, I think, should be in the mid card, maybe a U.S. or Intercontinental title, and a bridge in that sense. I think you keep him there. Maybe later on you throw him in a main event feud or something. But to bring him back and put him in the main title picture, it's too cluttered with Cross and everybody. It doesn't make any sense. So I think the best way, and I think even Triple H knows this, if he's going to bring him back, he's not going to bring him back to interfere in that match or anything. I think, like I said, the best option is to me right now, is either they bring him back and they just show him and he shows up in the ring and doesn't interfere with anybody, and then the lights go out, come back on, he's gone, and that's what they do. I wouldn't mind seeing that. So then you're like, oh shit, Bray Wyatt is back, but who's he going after? You know what I mean? Or, like I said real quick, with the Judgment Day, kind of could work out. Do something there and set up Bray versus Edge in some type of match, and it doesn't have to be for a title, and Edge gets another opponent, a new opponent, and I think we see a new match and we win in a sense.
Let me just say this. First of all, thank you to everybody in the chat that's up this early watching. That's number one. Number two,
I gotta be up at like 9 o'clock. Driving
me and Big Bucks Bobby have to be up at 7 because we have parking cars. So
we check it out at 11 in the morning, driving back to New York.
So please hit the likes, everybody. And if you're here for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, because when you hit the like, it helps people watch the show. So thank you so much. Let me ask you guys this question. Okay, so we all are in agreement that, well, I don't know if we're in agreement, but we have definitely talked about Bray and Braun, and we know they have that Wyatt family connection. They could do something on that. Let me ask you this. Is there any possibility that we know Brody Lee cannot, of course, be part of it because he has passed away. Rest in peace to him. But do you think that we see Eric Rowan? Excuse me, sorry guys. You think there's any way we see a Wyatt family reunion, and that is the way they bring them back? Is that a possibility?
Just from personal experience and conversations, I don't think you'll see Rowan there.
Keep going, guys. I'm sneezing. Go ahead, Bray.
I don't think he was very high with Bray. I don't think him and Bray seen eye to eye.
I think the possibility is there. I don't know if we'll. It's almost kind of like the Shield. I feel like they've been separated for so long now that I don't think the need to see the Wyatt family back in WWE is there. So
Wild Chaser says, what about the teasers in Raw? The buzzers, the glove, the world in his hands, Wyatt sign. It's time to let him in. I didn't see any of these things. Is this true? Can anybody confirm this?
I didn't see him.
I think I saw a glove or something, or somebody was talking about it.
Yeah, Dexter Loomis's glove poked out from around the corner, but that was a Dexter Loomis reference. That wasn't a Bray Wyatt reference.
What's the world in his hands reference, and what's the buzzers reference? I haven't seen that.
This is honestly the problem with Bray Wyatt, and I'm not trying to make political things here, but like wrestling fans with Bray Wyatt are like Donald Trump's fans with QAnon. You guys are grasping at straws and putting things together that aren't there. What if he does this and then he had a sign on the door and the door said this and then that means he's world champion? Like, stop it. Like, it's crazy.
Can I pose a question actually here?
Of course.
Do you think, I mean, we've obviously seen Bray Wyatt as a performer, and there's been a high talk of him being praised of how creative he is. Is there a chance that Bray Wyatt would come back, but not as a wrestler, but more in a creative role? Would that be a possibility at all?
I mean, anything's a possibility. You know?
I don't think he comes back and sits backstage and helps. Here's my problem. Here's the thing with Bray. Do you think he's willing to do his creativeness to help put somebody else over? his biggest complaint was all his ideas went, and then Vince didn't like him. Well, Vince liked him enough to put them on TV, but when it came down to time to win a match, Vince was like, "Sorry, dude, Randy's taking this one. Sorry, dude, this one's taking this one. Sorry, dude, we're gonna do we're gonna do a DQ and a Hell in a Cell." They were all for the creative side of Bray Wyatt, but he books himself to be this giant paranormal creature who can vanish and teleport and shoot fire and like realistically, if that's what your ability is, then why do you even wrestle? Just set the guy on fire, go pin him, and walk out as a champion. Like it just once you get so like to a point where it's just too much, it's and that's essentially where Bray was. He was lit on fire, and then he came back, but then he wasn't on fire because he transformed back into what he was before, and then Alexa Bliss was bleeding black, and then he took a schoolboy pin, and then he can make maggots show up in the ring. Like all these things are just so dumb, and people loved it. I don't get it. It's not even GCW stuff. GCW is not magically putting a CGI graphic of dead bugs in the middle of the ring, and everyone's like, "That was so cool because he had a mask on."
I was there for that at WrestleMania, and I don't know how it came over. I don't know how it came over on TV, but us in the stands, I was 8th row at that WrestleMania, and we were like, "What is this crap?" It was go ahead, Backbone.
No, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, but like we have a point where we have like this roster that Triple H is back and he has the control of. We all loved NXT 2.0, our NXT Black and Gold. Everything was so good about that, and we have an opportunity for him to recreate that on the main roster. And we want to go back to a guy in a mask who all he did was do decent creative promos, but when it translated to the ring, it fell flat on its face. And we're going to bring Braun Strowman back, who was the biggest babyface in your company. But once he got to the point where a title picture was involved, you're like, oh, we can't long-term book this because it doesn't make sense anymore.
Go ahead, Alex.
Was Braun Strowman ever Universal Champion in front of a live?
Alex, you got to move up so you can hear you.
Was Braun Strowman Universal in front of a live?
I believe he was. I don't know if he was, but you're breaking up your signal, and we lost Rich. I don't know. We got some thumbs down. Just so you guys know, we got some thumbs down. Oh, I think I have a troller that comes in and thumbs down every match, every show. Thanks for that.
Did you ask whether Braun Strowman was champion in front of a live audience?
Yes.
No. Actually, at this talk, I might do a video about Braun Strowman's career in WWE because somehow I remember everything about it. But no, Braun Strowman won the title during the pandemic. But the reason you probably don't remember that is Drew McIntyre was the one that was really holding down the fort. And Braun Strowman was just kind of there having a random cinematic match with Bray Wyatt.
So
yeah, didn't he? The last time we saw Bray Wyatt, he got dragged into a swamp and disappeared, right?
Was it
the Swamp Father Bray Wyatt? Yeah.
Was it WrestleMania?
No, the last time we saw Bray Wyatt was WrestleMania.
I'm saying Braun Strowman. The last time we saw Braun Strowman, he got drugged into swamp waters, and we never seen him again.
No,
it was the steel cage match for Shane McMahon at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. God, yeah.
No. Strowman wrestled Lashley and McIntyre because the only reason why I remember this is because after that they were hyping up going back to live crowds, and then the next week Braun Strowman got released before they actually went back to live crowds. So,
okay, I think we're gonna come back to this Braun Bray convoluted crap.
Yeah.
Let's jump to a couple more surprises that we may have. So I know everybody has a busy day tomorrow. So let me ask you guys about this guy. And let's keep it short. Is there any possibility that we get Cody?
Not, he's on a whole American gimmick. I don't think you bring him back on London soil or UK.
Okay.
Soil. You wait, and he's pretty messed up. I mean, you don't heal that quick after what we just saw, but he'll be back. When he comes back, it's gonna be something big.
Graves.
For me, I don't think that he will show up. Is it out of the possibility? I think there could be a chance, maybe. You never know if they want to, a good surprise. You have him come out and kind of tease another match with Rollins or something. I still think the right moment for him would be. I still think he should be the one to win the Royal Rumble. I
I
still
don't think
think he
he's
should
waiting
come
that
back.
long though.
You
I
don't.
don't think
Well,
I don't think his ego will let him wait till Rumble.
but the doctor didn't tell him a time when he could come back though yet.
I think he starts making TV and promo videos and everything like that well before Rumble. He has to get on camera. That's just his. I don't think he sits and waits till Rumble. Smartly, he would wait till Rumble, but I don't. Especially with all these signings coming back and people getting buzz for them, he's sitting at home right now going, "Shit, Killer Cross is back. Shit, Gargano. Shit." They're talking about Bray. These names keep coming, and it's all about what you're doing now and not who you were when you're there. More and more people are going to be like, "Oh, that's right, Cody," eventually, and then they're going to come and they're going to get invested in a character like a Killer Cross, or they'll get invested with a character like Johnny Gargano or Tommaso Ciampa, and then it's like, oh, that all means nothing because they pay Cody a lot of money and they want to put a title on him.
Do you think that we could see maybe hype of Cody coming back, but his first match isn't actually until he's in the Royal Rumble match? Do you think that would be more of a possibility?
I would think he'll have a match or two before Rumble.
Okay.
I think it's smart for him to hold off and come back in Rumble and surprise everybody with his music hit. I think that's the absolute best wrestling move you're going to have because you're going to have that giant pop. But I don't think he waits until then. I just his personality wise, I don't think he stays in the limelight that long, gone that long.
This is a good question. And we're going to jump away from Cody now. We do know that The Undertaker is in Cardiff. He did some kind of meet and greet, whatever. Do we see him not in a wrestling aspect, not in a wrestling scenario, but do we see him hit the ring?
No,
not in the ring. Maybe something.
You don't think we see him get introduced or come down the aisle and nothing at all?
Oh, I think that you know, if he's there, bring him in. You know, especially
I don't
know how many people are gonna be there in the morning tomorrow, but you know,
I mean, he's in Cardiff.
Yeah.
So he's there. What a pop for the crowd. They haven't seen him since SummerSlam 92, 30 years ago. I think this is a no-brainer to at least get him at the top of the rampway, hit the gong. I mean, what a pop that would be. Graves, what do you think about that?
kind of the same thing with Cody. I don't know if we're going to see it or not. I definitely think it could be a possibility. You know, maybe he could do a choke slam to somebody. I don't know. I still think he's done. Maybe we'll see some kind of appearance from him. I know he's been doing the Dead Man shows and all that. So who knows, man? Undertaker's loyal to the company. So, I mean, I wouldn't be against it. You know, I don't want to see him wrestle, but I wouldn't be against it if he makes an appearance. I think that'd be cool.
You know what he should do? He should be backstage, and he should be like, "Oh, I'm the Undertaker. I'm here. Blah 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 blah, and I'm also Mark Callis because I'm no longer the Undertaker because I dropped that character." And then behind him, the Fiend stands, and we get a cinematic match, and they just play it, and because they don't want to see either one of them in the ring, and they would do very well cinematically, and it would be really fun to watch. And then he passes the torch to Bray Wyatt, and then in 6 months, we don't care about Bray Wyatt anymore.
Are you trolling?
No, I honestly, I'd much rather Bray Wyatt do a cinematic thing or a fun little bit with Undertaker, but maybe not so much Undertaker because he totes the line between Taker and Mark, and Bray Wyatt essentially takes that torch of the paranormal guy now because we never really got like a full handoff of that. I think it's more sense than Bray Wyatt coming and taking the title. I think it gives him a little more longevity. I don't like it, but I think it's better than him coming in with 14 other people and all going for the title. I'm not saying I want to see it in the ring. I'm just saying something cinematically.
Did you say like what could Bray Wyatt? Just answer your own question.
Yeah, I mean, well, because everyone's booking, they're trying to book what Undertaker do that would make sense, and I'm just trying to say that would make the most sense.
But you were acting like, oh, there's nothing left for Bray Wyatt, and you just answered your own question. You just did a 6-month storyline of a whole question that you know.
So would you be excited to watch Bray Wyatt and Undertaker in a cinematic match?
Bray Wyatt and Undertaker cinematic match. Why not? You know.
Yeah, I'm not saying I like it. I'm trying to justify his role in the company if he comes back.
But
Yeah, I think he's throwing more of a what if, more or less.
Well, it's a good what if. You know.
Well, speaking of what ifs, we're gonna have a debate show one day, so we can we're gonna take the gloves off everybody, and nobody get a butt hurt. Okay. Speaking of what ifs, this is my what if, everybody. What if we see these two come back? Will we see it?
What if they're with the Fiend?
I don't care for it.
Okay.
What if they come out and they have spooky masks on and they come out with the Fiend?
What if they don't? What if they actually?
Bro, that's fucking money. Could you imagine them with the Fiend?
What did he do to you?
What? I'm being serious. This is good. This is good shit.
It's good shit.
In all seriousness, I'm not for it. Like Sasha Banks, Naomi. I don't know. You put Naomi with the bloodline, and then Sasha, I don't know. I'm not a big Sasha fan. So
wait. So now, wait a minute. So now, after they left together, you want to bring them back separately without any kind of.
Of course, you bring them back together.
Let me ask you a question, Backbone, and I want everybody to remember this. This is a wrestling program, and nobody should take anything personal. But when you say something that's something out of pocket, I'm going to attack it. So be prepared to defend yourself. So you're a wrestling guy, right?
Yeah.
Backbone.
Yeah.
You're the backbone of SWA, as says in your name down here. And you just said to me, as being a wrestling guy, who you're a producer. Is that what it is?
No, it is.
You book matches. I'm not attacking you. Just listen. We haven't met in person, but trust me, I'm a nice guy. But you ever realize I'm the star of this show, and I'm gonna call a spade a spade. You're in the wrestling business. You're telling me to put Naomi in the bloodline and Sasha do whatever after they left together with no explanation.
Well, realistically, you would put them right into the women's title, like tag team title match.
That's not what I asked. And that's a possibility too. What I'm asking is it a possibility they have something to do at Wales, some kind of surprise, some kind of interference, just to, let people know we're back.
I don't think you do that tomorrow. I think you wait for a Raw or something.
Okay. And I hope to see you back on the show, because I want to ask you this question when they come back together. Because listen, I
love this. This is awesome.
Good. I'm glad, because I want people to engage on the show, but I'm like Blackwell. If you say something that doesn't make sense to me, I'm gonna shred you to pieces. No, I'm just saying. And you gotta realize what Blackwell's saying too. And I don't agree with Blackwell on everything. Me and Blackwell disagree on a lot of things, just so you know. But I understand his thought process, and what he says makes sense. Everybody gets, and I hate to jump back to Bray and Braun, but he's not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but he's trying to say, look, let's put a spooky mask on these two, and everybody's going to jump at it. I get what he's saying. So, everybody's like, yeah.
Bro, they can vanish and reappear. Like, fucking sign me up.
He says things a little more sarcastically to me. That's his personality, but just that's him. You got to love him and take him as he is.
Like when the lights turn off and then they turn back on? What?
Graves, speaking of the lights coming on, you're in the dark. Say something, Graves. Save me here.
Yeah, why don't we fantasy book? We'll have Sasha Banks, Naomi. We'll actually have all the budget cuts come out. We'll call them budget cuts, and they'll all have spooky masks on. Now, in all seriousness, though, with Sasha and Naomi, it's kind of the same thing with Bray and Strowman. I'm just kind of like waiting for them to come back, because I'm just kind of tired of people fantasy booking this stuff. If they do come back, I think it would be more saved for like a Raw or something. I don't think they would come out right after this 6-man tag, or I don't even know if Aaliyah and Raquel are going to be on the show tomorrow. So,
nope.
Could be. I could be wrong though. Like, they could show up, but I would doubt it.
It's crazy that Sasha makes the same face when she wins the title as when she has to lose it.
Shout out to Martin B, who's in Cardiff. Hey, Martin B, in the chat, let me know. Any Bray Wyatt sightings? Let me know.
He's not walking around town. They're hiding this guy.
Yeah. Well, wait, on. If we could have Sasha Banks actually come out like with a Mandalorian type thing, right? Wasn't she on that show
Oscar.
with Bray
There it
Wyatt?
is.
Yeah,
There it is. She wears
that's
spooky
the
Mandalorian
there's the
mask.
money. There's the T-shirt sales.
Good
I
shit.
love it.
Somebody mentioned
Do
the
you really
bloodline.
think, really, I know we talked about it when I was at the bar and I was still kind of tuned up, but like,
He was still kind of tuned up.
do you think they would play over a PA system, Bray Wyatt music, and give up that trick like that? Like you think they're gonna be like, oh, Bray was spotted? Like they would be hiding this guy like you wouldn't believe. They literally kept Cody in a room for almost 13 hours and didn't tell anyone he was there.
But
Bray
this-
Wyatt just not casually walking around. You know what I mean? Like that's why when people are like he's been seen. You know what else people said they seen? They seen John Cena there, and they showed a video proving that John Cena was there, and it was a video of him in London, but it was from like 9 years ago when he yelled at a guy in a store because the guy like was videotaping him.
Videotaping.
Yeah, and they're like, John, it's official. John Cena's there. It's like, look at the date on the video.
How would you know if John Cena was there?
Because you can't see him.
This is why we can't take your bookings. No, I'm joking.
So someone mentioned the bloodline. This is me segueing, getting out of this. Martin B says he's apparently been seen by people he really doesn't know. Like I said, I'm repping his brand side today. Hope he appears, and I hope for you he does appear, Martin. I'd like to see the pop, and then we can stop. I want them all to come back.
Oh, I want him back. I want him back now more than ever. And then we should have a countdown on the stream. The countdown to how long it takes for people to be over this character.
And I put this picture up to cut this off. We're gonna go back. Somebody mentioned bloodline. Does Solo Sikoa maybe interfere in the title match? These are things that I'm just putting up things that have been said, Anthony. You know, these are not my personal things. These are things that people ask me in the chat.
There's 7 matches and 15 surprise entrances on this card.
I know. I know.
I mean, look at those supple breasts and those brown burly nipples. Wouldn't you like to see that in question?
Answer the question.
I legit hear crickets from Anthony's thing. You don't hear it? Like, no, seriously.
I hear real crickets.
Yeah, I do.
Cricket outside this damn door.
Solo did not come out on SmackDown. He did not come out on SmackDown.
Yeah, I would say wait for SmackDown. You don't need somebody.
Did anything worthwhile talking about tonight happen on either show?
Both shows were good. SmackDown and Rampage, both good shows.
What happened on Rampage?
I don't remember. I was sleeping. No, I was there. It was just good. They just they had
Dark Order 1.
Let's stay here. Yeah. I listen, bro. Cardiff. Yeah, what can I do? And, you know, I couldn't even get the plane ticket to freaking Chicago. I basically so Miguel from Miguel Jesus, he got me a ticket for All Out, and I was still checking the plane fare. If something mysterious happens tomorrow, going in Sunday morning, and the tickets drop, the airfare, I still may go. But there was a ticket for $220 round trip. I was going to jump on it. I went to get it, and then jumped to $640. So yeah, that ain't happening.
So we all need to talk about something, but it will be saved for the end.
What's that?
Well,
I don't know.
Bray Wyatt.
Is it a Joey Conway thing? Oh, because I don't want to hear about Joey Conway. He's a bum.
Failed to show up to fight Shadow.
Who happened? Who?
You did not show up for your scheduled match.
Listen, bro, we're not talking about me. Let me just keep this quick. I'm not going to stay here and go crazy about my scheduled match. Let me explain something to everybody in this chat. Okay, and this is not me cutting a promo. This is real. If I get in anybody's ring, I'm not going to do it if I'm not ready. And even if I wasn't ready, I'd be anybody in your federation. Thanks. And that's what I'm going to say. I forgot more wrestling than anybody in your ring knows. And that's a true statement. I've been trained by the greatest wrestlers on earth. Okay? So if they ever want a real piece of me and they really want to give me, if you guys want to pay me to come out there, I will come and I will beat everybody's asses. Tell Pancake, put that crack title on the line. Back to this show. So we don't see Solo Sikoa, right, Anthony?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think eventually. I just don't think now.
One other thing I wanted to just talk about was, do we maybe see your girl come back?
Who?
Charlotte.
Charlotte? No, I don't. I think this pay per view, they need to have conclusions to these stories, and we need let's get these stories done. Let's move on, and let's get into the next. Like, start working towards Extreme Rules. I just think with 7 matches, and you have all the you have this you build up all this stuff. Like, this is where I'm saying, like, we're booking it's silly, right? So we get invested in the Dominic and Rey Mysterio thing. We're like, all right, this is cool. This is what they've been feeding us the whole time. And then we finally get a conclusion where either it just ends, or we get the turn for Dominic, or Rhea gets involved, or Beth gets involved, and then the lights go down and like the Fiend shows up, and you're like, that's where we do it. You know what I mean? Like, that, the whole build up to throw it all away to bring a guy in that you just hired. Like, it's stupid. Like, Drew has literally was welts all over his back and got his ass kicked. Now he's going into the pay-per-view again, him versus the Bloodline, and he's solo and he's doing everything by himself and he's working his ass off. Then to just get jumped by one of 9 people that wants to help the 2-year champion, it just, like, all that stuff is silly, and that's Vince booking, and we need to rewire our brain from that shit. Like, it's just it didn't work for the last 2 years. Let's stop leaning into it.
It's also not. It's not a bloodline. Because who from the bloodline is going to be there? Sami Zayn and one of the Usos?
Well, that's been the whole story going into it. It's been him versus the bloodline. Now he has Roman one-on-one in Cardiff because none of his boys can be there, or whatever it may be, or maybe Paul returns. But, like, you've been building that whole story just to be like, and then Killer Cross has been lurking in the shadows. You have the Money in the Bank cash-in lurking in the shadow. And then you're like, well, now here comes Braun or Bray. It's just like, it's too fucking nuts. Like, you've been building this for so many months to throw it all away to bring a guy in who just walked off the street. Like, it's like Gargano didn't interject himself right away. Killer Cross is fine. Like, you could do it with one person, but if every single new guy comes in and he immediately goes for the title, you're overcrowding it, and you're doing yourself a disservice in your booking.
Hey, Martin B, the last we checked, the Usos, one Uso could not travel. So we don't know.
Yeah, hard to travel to countries when you're on probation for drinking and driving.
I was just about to say that. I want to bring this up. I've been wondering it because I know that you're very smart with your drinking. Are you drinking apple cider?
No, iced tea. This is how we sell iced tea out here.
Yeah, that's the best way to fucking come down.
Iced tea is.
Yeah.
Do you think they should split up the titles though?
Yeah, I think we have to work to the title splits.
I think when they do that, all this little fantasy booking would make more sense. If, say, they do something where tonight Roman's only going to put the WWE Championship up and Drew wins, you think they can do more with that?
I just don't know how to explain it, though.
You can just explain, like, Roman just wants to put up one title, you know? Doesn't have to be a big, elaborate thing. Because is he technically...
It's not so much about your legal systems. If you're on probation in our legal systems, you're not allowed to leave the country if you're on legal problems.
Especially he has a DUI, so you can't even go to Canada. I doubt he's going to London.
Yeah. I just know this. For us to be up at 2 a.m. talking about wrestling, that's a good thing. Triple H has created a buzz in the wrestling community. We got great weekend of wrestling. We've got
Bro, did you put up the photo of All Out's logo?
Let me get it. Hold on.
Bro, Tony Khan is the greatest troll in wrestling. This dude is awesome.
What'd he do?
So what's been all the rumors about Tony Khan lately? What does he do backstage?
Everything. Like,
drug-wise, what is he doing backstage?
Something to get that excited and that happy-go-lucky.
The rumor is he's backstage blowing lines of coke. I'll wait for Tony to put the logo up. What does that look like?
A little bit Coca-Cola.
That dude is a goddamn savage. That is him not giving a shit. It's literally a line blown through it. Like, he just sucked the line through the OUT. He does not care. I actually like him more now.
Is that official or is that like just
That's
something?
an official logo. That is the official All Out logo.
Just, you know,
What does that mean exactly?
All Out is chopped up into coke lines, and he snorted
but
through
why-
it.
But why would even though I know the rumors are they're rumors, but why? Just why? Just why?
Probably because the build was terrible.
He doesn't have to.
Oh,
He
yeah.
doesn't have to. He doesn't have to answer anybody. It's all his money.
Well,
So he's
that-
like, cool. I'll just lean into it.
his dad's.
All right, look, guys, we're gonna just recap everything we talked about. And I guess we're gonna get into these arguments one more time before we go. So let's just get a quick route, a quick vote. Anthony Graves, do we see Bray?
No.
What's your percentage? 0?
A chance that he'll show up?
Yeah. What's your percentage?
Chances that he'll show up,
Out of 100%.
I'll go 25 out of 100.
Backbone?
Do I think we see Bray? No. Do I think this is the beginning of us eventually seeing Bray in the future? Yes. But I think this is gonna be Drew McIntyre's WrestleMania moment, winning the title in front of his people.
Alex, what do you think? Give me a percentage, Alex.
Well, I mean, of
Since
course,
his backbone can't follow directions. I said percentage. Me and him are gonna have a problem. We'll talk to him later. Go ahead, Alex. Percentage.
well, I think
Yeah,
I would think a 65% chance we see Bray Wyatt. But I mean, if me Blackwell Jr., I just took a Bray Wyatt, so.
Blackwell.
Yeah, let's bring him back. I wanted 100%. Bring him back, and let's just start this countdown.
I'm gonna give it 50-50 just because. I forgot to mention too that
I wouldn't bring him back here, but it is what it is.
Neither would I. But I'm just saying with all I just think that maybe peer pressure has gotten to Triple H. Tyson Fury's back as well. We know that he had some things going with Braun. So do they he's coming back. That's a definite. He's gonna be there.
He's gonna be there. But I don't think he gets in the ring. I think he's sitting ringside and he waves.
I agree.
My God,
75% with that.
Who does he get in the ring and go after?
Maybe after Bray comes out. Who knows?
Bray starts walking down like he's gonna go for the title. Tyson Fury jumps the guardrail, socks him in the face. Lights go out. Lights come on. Tyson Wheeler standing by himself. Spooky Bray. Call it a day. Everyone loses their mind. Internet blows up. Hashtag Bray Wyatt.
Hashtag Bray Wyatt.
Are you in the heavens, Anthony?
No, this is honestly, if that's what they did, people would fucking love it. People loved that CM Punk nonsense in Chicago. I don't understand wrestling fans.
I don't get it either.
What's the percentage on Braun? We're not gonna do everything, but just what's the percentage on Braun? Is this
Zero.
is it 0?
0 Raw.
Okay. Graves.
I gotta agree with Blackwell here. 0.
You two jabronis.
I'm gonna say
Jabronis.
5%, just to be a jerk.
I'm gonna be even more of a jerk and say 100%. Because,
In Wales.
yes, in Wales, because if he shows up, it's gonna be huge.
Huge.
Honestly, I think it would make more sense for him to show up and rekindle that Tyson Fury thing.
Right. I agree. Wyatt
Tyson Fury's in the ring, and they're like, and the heavyweight boxing champ, and then all I hear is raw. Then he comes down, and they do a little fucking face off, and then we build the SummerSlam with a celebrity match.
You gotta add the train sound effects though.
Oh yeah, the choo choos.
Yeah.
Braun the Strowman Express is back.
Is there any? I'm trying to be that one camera. Is there anything that's not that we haven't talked about that's a possibility happening? Anthony, I know you know like fantasy book really, Blackwell, but do you think there's anything else they could do? I mean, it's only how many matches? 5 matches?
7.
Let me check the card real quick. I do have slideshow somewhere for this because Kieran
7 matches. Seth and Riddle, Mysterio Edge Judgment Day, Gunther Sheamus, Belair versus Team Bailey, Women's SmackDown Universal Championship, Undisputed Universal Championship, and 6 matches. The other one, that 7th thing is just card positions. Yeah, 6 matches.
Okay, I'm just looking at. I'm sorry, guys.
You send 2 guys from the UK home with titles, and everyone's happy, and everything else in between is filler.
With Sheamus and Gunther.
You send Sheamus home with a title, and you send Drew home with a title.
I don't think you take the title off Gunther this early in his reign. I think you can go for the whole honky tonk, man. That's what I would say.
All right, real quick, since we're here, let's do it real fast. So here's your card. So, and we did a prediction show already, but in case you guys missed it, we can do a little quick thing right here. Graves, who you picking?
I'm gonna go Balor and Priest.
Okay, Backbone.
Balor and Priest with help with Dominic.
SWA GM.
You know my answer.
Well, give it to me.
Edge.
I never bet against Edge.
There you go. Blackwell.
I'm going with the baby faces.
And I'm going with the heels.
With Dominic?
Excuse me?
Do you have Dominic helping them out at all?
Dominic turns.
I don't think he turns.
I think so. I'm going with Gunther here.
Sheamus.
In a great match. Backbone and GM.
Gunther, definitely don't sleep on this match. It's gonna be fist fight. It's gonna be good.
Sheamus.
Graves.
Really split on this one. It's like kind of 50-50 for me. But I'm gonna say that Gunther wins.
Seth and Matt Riddle. And his name is Matt Riddle, everybody. Go ahead, Blackwell.
Seth.
Clean?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Graves.
Seth.
The tag team right there.
I'm torn. I want to see Riddle, but I feel like Seth needs this. He needs something. I'm gonna say Rollins.
I think Matt gets hurt in this match and goes away for a little bit.
Ooh.
I think the block is hot right now for Matt Riddle.
Richie says, "Hey Randy." I didn't even put that up because I don't think Randy would show, but it's a possibility. What'd you say, Alex?
Permission to speak freely?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Literally freely.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, because fuck Matt Riddle.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, there it is. I'm going with Seth as well. Alrighty then. The trios match. I did say trios. We got Control going against Bianca and her squad. I'll take it first. I think after the loss from Sky and Kai that Bailey pins Bianca Belair and they get the W.
Makes sense. I'll go with that. Bailey, Team Bailey. Do they have a name?
Control.
Yeah.
Alex?
You speak nothing but truth in your predictions.
Thank you very much. Graves.
For me, if we're going with the heels winning in the other tag team match with Judgment Day, Edge and Mysterio, I think the baby faces come out in this one.
Blackwell agrees with that. I know he does.
I will say the baby faces. Bianca Belair looks like a champion, holds her title up high in another country.
Ooh, nice visual.
I agree with that.
I don't care what anybody says. This is the match I'm looking forward to. I want Shayna Baszler to destroy Liv Morgan.
Me too, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Destroy it to the point that she has to change her entire gimmick.
Damn,
and she's on the phone calling Ruby Soho, asking her to come back. I want Shayna Baszler to annihilate Liv Morgan. Not because I don't like Liv Morgan, but because Shayna Baszler deserves to be presented as the badass heel that she is. Shayna Baszler wins in a squash.
I think Terry makes a great point. I don't think you have a lot of your surprises at this pay-per-view that everyone's anticipating because it's a lot harder to hide people coming in on planes in another country. You don't think everyone's hiding at the airport right now trying to be that one person to spoil it?
Of course.
It's very hard to hide that if you're unless they flew them in like 3 days early, but still people are smart to that too. It's a good call out.
It is a good call out. What about this, Anthony?
I want Shayna Baszler to win this. Unfortunately, I think Liv Morgan's going to.
Oof. 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 Graves?
I think because they're probably going to continue the story with Ronda and Liv Morgan, I think Liv Morgan's going to retain.
I think if Shane McMahon, Shane McMahon, if Triple H, same thing. If Triple H wants to put his stake in the ground and say, yes, this is my company and this is what I want, I think this is the pay-per-view where you change two major titles and say, like, I'm going in a different direction. And this is one of those titles you do it with someone that you built up to be a giant monster in your company, and you're getting it away from the blonde hair, blue-eyed girl and moving away from just because you're pretty, you get a championship.
The tag team.
I got Liv Morgan. I think it's I think they're still high on Liv Morgan as champion.
Nah.
I'm not giving up on her yet. I'm not giving up on her yet.
Spades. The submission magician. And not you, Jackson.
Martin B, who's in Cardiff, he's okay, everyone, I got to shoot. Huge day ahead. I'm already hitting peak excitement. Enjoy the show, everyone. Have a great day. Burn it down. Martin B.
Have fun, Martin, man.
Have a great time, man.
Fun.
We're going to live vicariously through you. And thank you for even coming into the channel on the day where you're going to be killing it out there. Thank you, bro, for being here. Respect. Oh, good question. Why isn't Bobby defending his title? That's a good question.
Because it's not in the United States.
And he's
He's the U.S. champion. So he can stay home.
You could lose the U.S. title on foreign soil.
I know. I'm just saying,
All right.
He's also a chump who got microbladed eyebrows.
And in the main event, this has been a culmination of a good storyline from years back. Drew McIntyre eliminated Roman Reigns in the Rumble. They've gone back and forth over the course of a couple years. Drew is a two-time champion, but has never seen the title over his shoulder or raised his hand with fans. Roman Reigns celebrates 2-year anniversary tonight as champion. This match, if done right, can be a great match between two big men. These are two big men that can actually work. I mean, they're not Braun Strowman big or Big Show big or Mark Henry big, but these guys are two put-together guys who carry the company on their back the last basically 3.5 years. Graves, I'm gonna let you take this one first because I'm excited for this. We're less than what? We're less than 11 hours away, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be good. What do you think, dear Graves?
What I think is going to happen, I think because Roman has been champion for 2 years now, I think that McIntyre is going to win the title. I think that's what a lot of people are picking for this match here is McIntyre going over. However, I wouldn't be against Roman retaining, but that's all I'm going to say.
Tag team, go.
I think this whole thing is set up for Drew to have his WrestleMania moment on his home soil, become the champion, like he didn't get the chance to show the world that he can be. Because you don't have this overseas in a Clash of the Castle for Drew to lose. I think this is his WrestleMania moment. This is his thank you for taking us through the pandemic.
Okay, Alex.
Absolutely not. Roman Reigns will destroy Drew McIntyre, just like he destroyed Brock Lesnar. Sadly, he destroyed Edge and Bryan Danielson in one night. He beat John Cena. He's already beaten Drew McIntyre at Survivor Series, made him pass out. What more can freaking Roman Reigns do to Drew McIntyre besides take that big claymore and sodomize him with it?
All right, Mr. Blackwell.
They had this card built and announced, and Drew McIntyre on the poster even before SummerSlam. He has been booked for this card since the start of it, and all roads lead to and new.
This is a tough one, everybody. It's tough.
Who looks like Johnny Gargano?
I don't know. Not me. I'm definitely not me.
I think a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I think you look like him. Yeah.
Definitely Blackwell. Owens.
I want to say this. First of all, I want to thank everybody in the panel that came in on last minute notice. Graves, Backbone, and the GM. Of course, Blackwell's been working all day. Ravage and Richie, who's got a 2G connection wherever he goes. And everybody in the chat who took the time to be up at 1:30 in the morning until basically almost 3 o'clock to watch this deal. You guys are awesome. Before I give you my pick, I just want to say this. I'm excited for Clash at the Castle. So excited that I am actually working tomorrow, like I said, parking cars for a fair. I'm directing traffic. I am setting up my tablet in my car, on my internet in my car, with my speakers blasting, and I'll be on the show because Kira will be reporting. She'll be here at the control desk, and I'll be patched in still with you guys talking through the matches and let you know what's going on. I haven't been more excited for a pay-per-view I never get excited for a pay-per-view that's not in America. I hate the Saudi Arabia shows. I hate anything overseas. This match I'm looking forward to. This whole card I'm looking forward to. It's a great card. It's put together well. I'm going to say this. Anthony Blackwell Jr., who always has great points, makes the best point of the night. This Clash at the Castle was built around Drew McIntyre. Alex also said, Backbone said, this is his thank you. This is his WrestleMania moment. This is the time that we finally see Drew get his flowers. And in front of a crowd, we hear these words. And new undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntyre.
And then
the
lights go out.
Oh, shut up. Don't kill my moment. Let's go. I think
the lights turn back on. Bray Wyatt is standing behind Drew McIntyre. Just about to grab him. Lights go out again. They turn back on. Bray Wyatt is laid out like a starfish with an hourglass on his chest. It says, "Come back again, Junior. It's not your time yet." TikTok. Roll the credits.
How much is the green
and see
today?
What, Alex?
I asked Blackwell how much of the green gimmick did he partake in today?
Oh, I smoked a lot tonight.
Good.
I didn't get to do commentary tonight, which is kind of good because it protected my voice a little bit. So I just kind of sat and watched matches, and then we're gonna do it in post. And then I went to this bar with my buddy, like right up the street where my house is. And my buddy was playing, so I had a couple drinks. And
Jeffrey said NSD Undertaker. That would be funny.
Lights go out again.
I mean,
Undertaker's there. He just says, "Thank you, everybody. Let's go back out. Roll the credits."
I spent all day in Magoo, so I mean,
okay.
I didn't hear what you said. You broke up.
I said I spent my whole day yelling at Mr. Magoo, so my voice is gone.
I don't care what you mean.
That's Mr. Magoo.
I don't know. Let me just say this.
I gotta poop. Let's roll this up.
Wow, my God, so much graphics. Thanks for joining, guys. Let me just say this. Thanks again, everybody came in. We will have the Backbone back on the show because I got some things that has exposed him for the charlatan I think he is with you and
I'm on the show, okay?
He got more serious towards the end. He had some good points.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Listen, don't talk over me. This is my show. It's 10 Lines Tony show. That charlatan Alex, that GM and that rinky dink organization you guys work for. We're gonna talk about that later. But let me just say this: all the good fun. Alex, let him know. He's like, this guy's an a-hole.
The
No,
organization that you didn't show up for.
let me say something to you. If
I
I never,
wouldn't have shut up.
first of all, if I wanted to come for anything, it was for the title. So I was definitely coming to get the Intercontinental title, but I really couldn't drive because of my freaking blood pressure was low. I've been sleeping all day, literally in this chair sleeping. So to be up right now and do this for you guys, I love you guys. Guys, get ready for Clash in the Castle. It is in less than, oh my God, less than 10 hours or 10 hours away. For Anthony Graves, thank you so much. For the Backbone and the GM, thank you so much. For Ravishing Ricky Ramone, thank you so much. For Anthony Blackwell Jr., thank you so much. We are not going to do that, Anthony Blackwell Jr. We are not doing that. Guys, and thanks for Kira for setting everything up, for Big Boss Bobby for getting everything ready. They went to bed. But hug your family members because you're not promised tomorrow. It's the truth. Don't do what Anthony does and pray every day because you gotta pray. If
You can pray.
Not to your person, to God.
Pray to whatever God you believe in.
Don't listen to him. I'm gonna mute his mic. Don't listen to him, everybody. And guys,
We respect all religions here. Pray to whoever you pray to.
except to the one he prays to. We're getting out of here. Thanks so much, guys. We'll be live. We'll be live at 12:15 Eastern Standard Time for the Watch Along pre-show, my own pre-show. Oh, God. Shout out to Boom Baby. She's on. I know she's seen, but shout out to Jenny B. She's knocked out. Guys, thank you so much. Hit the likes before you leave. And as always, do I do best? And that's what, guys?
Hail Satan.
No. Stay tantalizing. My God. You guys are all fired.